Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CatCast. This is the first episode for a sports journalism class project, and today I have a very special guest. Assistant coach Kim Davis for the UNI volleyball team is here in studio with us.
Hello.
How are you doing, Kim?
Good morning to you. I'm doing great. It's a fun time of our season, and so pretty excited for what's all coming up. So
a lot of stuff coming up as well.
Yes.
UNI volleyball team doing fantastic once again. I mean, it has been the last 4 years has been just complete domination from the UNI team in the MVC. 20-5, 13-0 in conference play, coming off a riveting win against Drake on Tuesday. Explain that game.
Yeah.
Kind of go into how that game was going.
Yeah, I would say, it does make it exciting. I think sometimes some people see the record and they're thinking, wow, which is fantastic and great, but there's a lot of work that goes into that. And especially the last few matches, the entire season, but especially these last few matches with everybody trying to vie for a conference tournament spot. These teams are coming for us, and they're bringing their best offense and their best defense, and our team has really had to go to work. So it's been fun to see them be tested and, be frustrated and how to figure that out. So it's been a good, point of our season to focus in on what we need to do and how to get better from here, every day improving and growing.
Absolutely. Going back to that Drake game, too, I mean, they took the first set pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
So, it was interesting to see how you guys responded. What was that kind of, after that first set, you down 1-0, a situation that the UNI team hasn't really been in, especially at home, since conference play has started.
Right.
What was the conversation in the huddle after that set of kind of like, hey, let's get back into it, play our game?
Right. That's something that we've been stressing lately is that we want to come out ready to go right away. And, we have to be more prepared on expecting that these teams, like I had just talked about, are coming for us, and they're coming to, knock us off and to get that spot in the tournament. So I think it was a matter of just regrouping and sticking to our game plan of, how we were going to defend them and controlling what we can control. And some of that stuff of controlling what we can control is eliminating some of our errors, whether it be service errors or whether it be things that we need to do to clean a few things up. But, just going back to, hey, remember what we talked about, stay the course, do what we planned, and just kind of refocusing and regrouping, resetting, really.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit more about you. You were hired in 2002 after your senior year in 2001, led the team to the Sweet 16. I was surprised. I thought, it's crazy because, obviously I was born in 2004, so it's
Thanks for putting that in there.
It's just crazy because my birthday was yesterday. I just turned 21, and it was like,
oh, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Reading these notes and going through, I was like, it's crazy to me because it's like, it seems so long ago, even for someone like me.
Yeah.
So you were hired in 2002 after leading the team to the Sweet 16 at your senior year in 2001.
Yeah.
So since your time, you've had 11 regular season titles in the Missouri Valley, 11 postseason titles, 17 NCAA tournament appearances, 56 MVC Scholar athletes, 5 academic All-Americans. How do you do that? I mean, that is an impressive record.
Yeah.
Since getting hired, what has been your philosophy and what has been so successful for you in your journey as now an assistant coach for the volleyball team?
A couple things. I mean, I know, a lot of those numbers come from just time, just being here, and it's been a great run. And a couple things that are really cool about that, I guess my tenature here is, one, I love being a part of what I was a part of. It's pretty special being on the coaching side of it now, and now I'm one of the people that are in charge of trying to find future Panthers. So it's not just about trying to find a good volleyball player, a great volleyball player, whatever. It's who's going to be a great volleyball player, who's going to make a great Panther, because those two combos is, what we're all about. And that's how we try to go out there, compete against not just our conference, who is very competitive, but, anybody across the nation. So we have that kind of that pride. So trying to help pass that on and continue that is pretty special. But, I've always said you have to surround yourself with good people. And I've been very fortunate to be part of a staff where, I've been around Bobby, our head coach, since I was a player. When she was, our head coach, and when she was assistant during my time as well. But surround yourself with good people, and good things will happen, And we have a lot of the same ideals of, how to handle a team, how to handle people, and that type of stuff. So it's been a really great ride and fun ride, and it's a great community. It's a volleyball community in my mind. There's a lot of great volleyball around the area, so it's a great atmosphere.
Absolutely. Kind of going off that scouting mindset, last year you had a lot of seniors on the team, and you got very close to a Sweet 16 berth.
Yes.
And that game against Louisville. I will say, I started watching like you and I volleyball about halfway through this season. I had never really been into volleyball.
Yeah.
I will tell you that NCAA game against Louisville, I was standing up in my dorm room yelling at the television. It was the most excited I've ever been.
Yeah.
You lost a lot of that senior talent.
Yeah.
But one thing I've noticed since the first game this year, you filled in those spots with a lot of freshmen, a lot of young talent that has stepped up. What does that tell you about your scouting process? What is that telling you that is working in the process of finding those future Panthers? Yeah,
for sure. And, it is a matter of, college athletics is very much changed, definitely since I had played, and just it's forever changing right now. And we take a lot of pride in finding, like I said, good people, good Panthers, good volleyball players, good athletes that we can grow and develop, because, it's there's some things, UNI is a great place, and we have so much to offer, both academically and athletically. But when you're competing against some Power 4 schools, sometimes it's not always completely level, fair type of thing, I guess I would say. So that's the part that gets us going most of all. And so I think with that, recruiting great people and just pushing them, outside their comfort zone, and having expectations and that type of thing. And, it is really fun to watch this team. We have 18 on our roster. And, at the beginning of the season, I was saying we have 18 on our roster, and 12 of them haven't really been here over a year. And that's pretty special. When you're going up, like we're going to SMU, we're playing Creighton, we're playing like some of the top teams, Louisville, like across the country, and going to battle with some people that are going to find out really quick, okay, this is what we need to do. And so that's pretty special that they have that drive to compete and to get better each day. So
I think that's a great answer.
No, thanks.
Looking back on this really 4-year stretch, you're looking for your 4th straight NBC postseason title.
Yeah.
What has been the most special, your favorite moment in this stretch, and what makes this stretch so special for you? Yeah,
I think that's a really tough question, because when you look at that stretch, each team had their own special. Like each year is very different. So each group is very special. When I think back to, was that 22? That group, just kind of coming off the COVID mess, it was a hard time for a lot of us, and that was the first time in UNI volleyball history that we technically didn't make the conference tournament. So we came out of that just with that hunger and that determination that we were going to get back there, and to come back and the way we did and win it the way we did was, that was pretty special. But it continues to grow, because, there's always changing of people, graduating and new people coming in. So each year is pretty special, and watching those guys step up and how they represent the program in our school. And, it's just so fun to see them compete, as a Panther, we just feel like we're those gritty competitors, like we are coming after you, and that's what makes it so special. You have a lot of pride. We have a lot of pride in the program. So that's what's fun, is watching these guys just constantly each year find what it means to be a Panther and compete and represent. And that's what makes it fun.
Absolutely. Final question for you here. Looking at the upcoming conference championship, what do you think is a challenge that presents itself for the last bit of stretch here, and for the conference championship? What are you looking at for, potential still struggles? Obviously, it's still a young team, so trying to get through some of those things. What are some of those struggles you're looking for and what are some challenges you're looking to overcome?
Yeah, I think some of the challenges and to go with that too, like what we're trying to overcome is, like I said, right now we're getting tested with a lot of great teams, and we play a lot of great teams this last part of the regular season. So getting tested with them coming at us with our best, they're changing some things, like tomorrow. We play UIC, and we haven't seen them since the end of September. So a lot has changed with them, and a lot has changed with us. But they're going to try to key on a couple of our people. We got to figure out how to, manage that. How to be stronger with attacking, at certain places, and how to mix up our offense, and especially with offense, just trying to mix that up a little bit more and seeing what we can do and how we can attack. But especially defense-wise, I think that's always been our kind of go-to. That's how we frustrate teams, is we try to be ready, and we're ready to pounce on, getting that ball up and, never going away, always battling. And I think that's going to be one of our things too. And the other part too is the teams that we're going to be facing, very good offensive teams. So we have to be tough behind the service line, and we got to take them out of the system and not allow them to set up their offense as easily as they can too. So, there's a lot. There's even more than that, but I think a couple of those keys are going to be important for us. And just how to reset. Like, the game of volleyball is very much, it happens so quick that a play is gone. You just have to let it go. Like, you have to reset because that next ball is coming faster. So resetting quick, figuring out, sticking to our game plan, that type of stuff is super important.
Absolutely. Well, Kim, thank you for the time. Thank you for sitting down and chatting with us.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Big game tomorrow against UIC, and then the conference championships coming up. So I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
You guys have been listening to the CatCast. My name is Jason Stivers. Have a great rest of your day.